I said, boom, and I'm right back with the right back. Right back with the right back. Ain't no tick-tocking. Let me see, can I get this back up here? Let me see, can I get this back up here? Let me see, can I get this back up here? Boom. 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 Go here. It probably part 2. That's the wrong shit. Let me see. Let me see the cherry that's gonna pop up. That's what I was messing with. My girl, I can see she gonna come and take that corner for me. Now I'm gonna go there. Go in. Do that right there. Now get off that. Oh, I gotta go to work at 2:15 in the morning. So we gotta go on. I'm out business now. I gotta go to work at 2:15 in the morning. Bring that right back up there like that. Boom, like that. Do this like that. 2:15 in the morning, boy. 2:15 in the morning. Gotta hit the caca. What's up? Man, we just went in without you. We been going in. But I'm finna play one. Play the rest. I gotta go at 2:15 in the morning, caca. I decided I'm gonna use that. You remember that melanated sun I showed on the with the sun disc into the circle I had with the melanated disc? I'm going back to that logo. I'm glad I messed that little one up, and then yeah, I gotta incorporate that in now, and I still gotta use the clip. I'm just gonna use I gotta use. I'm gonna use that in the clip. You know, what look like the dragon. Yeah, I'm gonna use that, but I'm still gonna put the GPK in there, cause that's my old. That's who I am. That's got a lot of my history in there, who I am. But I gotta put the melanated sun in there, cause these folks playing. And we just going over the phenotypes and how they got a diverse phenotype in the Middle East, the Iranian, Iraqi, the so-called Persians who persuaded the Persians, who persuaded the world to get up under these Masonic laws. And their daddy is the East and their mama is the North. And they call their mama a dead ass, told their dad and mama to go on over there and write it and continue their work or whatever they gonna do, because they always gonna have to latch back onto this diverse phenotype. And I told Kaka, I remember when I said about 2 months ago, I said they even trying to make phenotypes not be what they supposed to be no more. A cherry right there too, ain't? Yeah, boom. That's what I'm talking about. Cherry came right back. So this was me and Cherry. That's why then I'm gonna play the video we just did while I get ready to lay on. I gotta go at 2:15 in the morning. Say it no more. But this how Martin Luther King got his name right here. See, he went against the church. He was one of the monks. You know the monks. He was the real. He really trying to live the life that they didn't put down. But see, you see where it came from. The Levites, Abram them. See, Abraham, the Levites are the stewards of God. Let me go back to that I see that. Let me go back right there and see that. See, Amram was a Levite, and he's not an Elamite, but Amram is the father of Moses and Aaron. Moses couldn't do no talking. They had like Moses did a whole lot of talking. Nah, his brother Aaron did the talking because he couldn't talk. So Aaron talked for him. Huh? And that's just a Jochebed. That's Moses' mama. But her stepshoe raised him. And her stepshoe was a black Egyptian. So I told y'all, by the time the Northwest, the Noah got there, by the way of Alexander the Great, he ain't seen no niggas. He can't even penetrate Egypt because he couldn't penetrate Egypt because these Persians had already took it. Huh? And see, I go right there. Amram was a Levite, not an Elamite. Then like the record showed the son of Kohath. And I just showed that Shem was the East. Sam they daddy. I just showed. We're gonna go back and let that play, because it's gonna be over with in a minute. While some Levites have responsibility related to government, and then look what they call me. Look what AI called me. While some, because I asked them, I said, ain't the Levites or the stewards of God's money? While some Levites have responsibility related to God's money, the statement, Levites are stewardess of God's money is an oversimplification. Charity wrote that down. You write it down too, Kaka. Write that down. Oversimplification. How can you oversimplify something? That's my new. That's one of my new titles. The oversimplifier. Nigga gave me a new name again. See, they say like they be sunning me, but they be sunning me because the sun is God. So keep on sunning me. Thank you, AI. You little bitty bitch. Huh? Oversimplifier. And that's what I told y'all I do. I make it simple. I break it down so my people can understand what's going on. I ain't no bad person. But they demonize me because they got all this stuff up in their spirit. I'm trying to reach your soul. I'm trying to get you 5 on the black hand side, bro. That's all I'm trying to do. Melanin and melanin now. That's all I'm trying to do. But they say I'm going to oversimplify. It said Levites are students of God. Money is an oversimplification. The role was more accurately the custodians, administrations. What's wrong with stewardess? And treasurers for the temple, responsible for managing the tithes and dedicated gifts that were considered to belong to God. Oversimplification, ain't that something? I'm just showing my people what it is. And then I jumped over here to go to Martin Luther, because this is where Martin Luther King got his name from, because we involved in what they got going on, so we even naming ourselves after these people. One of the master Farad Muhammad, one of those was one named Muhammad Ali. And the original Muhammad Ali slaughtered so many Africans. I wanted the Muhammad know that. Down there in that land where all them motherfucking, where all them people, them melanated people, is still living in poverty. But they get, that's where all the rubber resources that they use, Yokohama. Where Yokohama come from? The daddy there. Japan, yeah, Sham, that's the dad over there. But they still live in poverty. And everybody in the world riding around on these rubber tires. $1 industry, but these people are still living in poverty, and on their indigenous land, they still drain, and they're draining the resources. For though I showed y'all the Gorge and the Goodyear blip, I do things for a reason, man. So how could those people still be in poverty if y'all philanthropists and care about the world so much? How could those people still be living on what they call a plantation? But I got to go to the plantation tomorrow to plant. I got to go to the plant tomorrow at 2:15, so I got to go on. Yeah. Japan. That's the daddy. And he don't like the melanated son. I don't know what kind of melanin he got on. He got some kind of orange, Asian orange or something. But and that's the gift. That's the power that he gave to his baby. To be able to claim any nationality he wants. The Asian persuasion, the Persian. Huh? That's the gift. The dragon gave the beast the power. And the power is to lead the melanated people into wonder. And you're going to always wonder until you lay it back down and put your foundation on your feet. And until you put the righteous life giver back into your life, the sun. All these doctors, when they get down to the last thing, they gonna say, well, go home and just get plenty of rest. We don't know what the fuck wrong with you. Just go get your plenty of rest, drink your plenty of that agua, and get your plenty of sun. And we rest upon the earth. The earth is the dirt. And the agua is the water, and the water is the leveler. It's not a ball. And the sun is the heavenly Father. And the illumination around it is the glow. That's why the sacred colors is black and gold. And like I told Sherry earlier, yeah, your energy is going to go back and be compressed through that melanated disc, and you are going to carnate and return to the heavens from which you came. This is the melanated system that we are part of. And sometimes you don't carnate, sometimes you reincarnate. That's why I'm telling you, I got so much of this bitch, I don't think I'm going to be able to come back this time. I think I'm carnating this time. I think I got me a place over there. I think I'm going over with grandma and chill. That's my belief. Yeah, I'm gonna teach my belief. That's my belief. That's my belief. Yeah, I'm going up on a melanation 3GD. We gonna go with that black sun. We gonna have to put that on now. That with that clip, and then we gonna write our 2 books. The brick clip, with the brick clip, and the secret relationship between the Jap and the brick. What's the secret? These Persians right here. Come on, the phenotype. We showed the phenotype that the phenotype is diverse. But what are the distinctive phenotypes? There's 4 phenotypes. The Mongoloid is distinctive. The Caucasoid is distinctive, and the Negroid is distinctive. But they say we are not the Negro, the African, but all our phenotype go up on the Negro. But who is the Persian? Why the Persian ain't got an oid? I used to ask that question, why they ain't got no oid on their phenotype? Because it's so diverse. What's diverse about it? Because the mom and the daddy is the cannibals of the earth. And they come out of the, yeah. That's why they got the Far East, Middle East, magnetic, north, true, north, center, north. Why the South and the West ain't doing all that? Trying to tell you real shit. But there go. The term for Martin Luther's dispute with the church. See, I had forgot, and then I goddamn turned around and said indulgences. I had forgot the name. I was trying to ask what the name was, and I said it. So, which promised remission, punishment for sins in exchange for money, was the indulgence controversy, or the indulgence scandal, a key event sparking. This is getting on my nerve. A key event sparking the Protestant Reformation. So they had a Reformation period behind this. Because Martin Luther called them out. Say you selling people tickets to heaven. Just like Elon Musk, them selling people stars, like everybody can't look at them. Like they selling you on the point that they suppose they had put a Tesla car on Mars. When they gonna show it to them? When they gonna show us those cul-de-sacs and all that shit they got up there? When ATL bust them out, they was in the studio. They were selling tickets to heaven. They call indulgences, and you can buy them. You can buy your sins up off you. But the greatest sin in the world is to be in debt. That's why, and I'm part of the system now. Welcome to bondage. I want all the credit cards y'all gonna give me. I'm gonna keep on raising them up until I get one worth goddamn $250,000 a piece, bitch. Yo, and my bitch, and what I'm gonna do, all that other shit gonna be, it's just a secret. Yeah, I got my own secret society. And yeah, y'all already got me down there 800 credit score, because I ain't never owed you motherfuckers nothing. In true life, I came from the grit on purpose, put myself through the struggle on purpose, because I never felt like a man should owe another nigga shit. Anytime I played with that shit, I paid it off, and you punish a nigga, because that's the bondage. Because the system is built on debt, which is the greatest sin in the world, is to owe a nigga. Taking over regions of the earth through this global economical system. But I'm participating now. Shut up, I'm talking too much. Yeah, that way. But yeah, Kaka, you know business. Yeah. But anyway, this is where Martin Luther get his name from. So they were still doing the same thing, now. They don't pay no taxes. They got tax-free deductions and all that. But them motherfuckers want to see your W-2 forms when you go out there and go join the church, and these niggas got so bold and stupid with it. These niggas, T.D. Jakes and all these motherfuckers, Creflo, they got so bold and stupid with it. So they got them demanding that they want you to be having a job and a 401k and everything just to join the church, because they want that 10%. It ain't back where it's supposed to be back. Because they done put so many ditches and bullshit in front of this son. So nigga can't get out there and get back to their soul. Soul's been snatched. But anyway, protesting the Reformation, Luther posted his 95 theses in 1517, challenging the practice of the corruption within the church, leading to the eventual excommunication and division of the Western Christianity. Western, the belly of the beast. Western. Western. Yeah, because we in the West. been usurped. I'm trying to show y'all this. You don't see it everywhere I go now. Indulgences, a system where the church granted a pardon for sins or remission from punishment for sins in purgatory in exchange for a monetary payment. And they still was practicing the same shit. And I just showed where it come from. The Levites. Who the Levites is? That's Abel. Right? But they try to say the Elu. See, this comes from the Elu. Remember yesterday, Kaka told you to go and look up that Elu? This the Elu. The Elu leads you to where? To the Elomites. Somebody had you read, what it was out to my other day? You read Enoch. I don't want to read about the Elomites. We'll read about Enoch later. Y'all niggas confused. Y'all go to how about Giants and David. I just showed you David, Zorro. At the beginning of the last, Zorro. And then had David on that corn. Defeating the giant. Who the giant? You. And it's esoteric. So you got to get the deeper meaning. Okay, let's get it. Let's get the deeper meaning. Bring this shit back down. I see exactly where you went. You went right there. Come on. I had to put it down, see what's going on. In biological and genetic contexts, the three distinctive phenotypes usually refers to the pattern of natural selection. I asked you what they were. Look how AI trying to play. Then I told they trying to play with no phenotypes. Watch this, y'all. Refers to the patterns of natural selection, directional, directional, stabilizing, and disruptive selection. These are distinct ways in which selective pressure can change the frequency of traits in a population over time. A phenotype is any observable characteristic or trait of an organism, including its physical features, biochemical properties, physiology, and behavior. A phenotype is determined by the interaction of an organism's genetic makeup, genotype, and its environment. Directional selection. Directional selection is a mode of natural selection in which a single phenotype is favored, causing an I don't know what that is now, allele frequency to continuously shift in one's direction. Hey man, god damn. I got off this bitch to go check all this shit, man. The population average trait value shifts over time toward. Okay, let me keep going. Man. No, Negro is not a distinctive phenotype. What? So Negro, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid are not distinctive phenotypes. A Mongolian is a Mongoloid. That's the whole. That's some Orientals. The original Asian is a motherfucking Oriental. That's Shem. I just showed Cherry that folk and let them tell it. Let them tell it, right? Right here, while you playing. So a nigga is not distinctive with the cheekbones and the big lips and huh? And the one you had the goat horns and the tails and the hooves and the beasts out the north ain't distinctive, huh? They baby said they were distinctive. Them Europeans are Persians. Europeans are Persians. Europeans are Persians too. That's why they got that little color. Europeans, they Persians. They wanted the mutations. They wanted the diverse phenotypes. See, the original white man, the North. And when England went to battle in Europe, English versus the European Japheth them told them that you're just a carcass in our mountains. You just a dead ass in our mountains. You ain't my mama no more. You better go over there and commit incest and try to stay living, because we on smoke shit. We got our power from the dragon now. We Draco. We the serpent now. That's why I told you a European and an Englishman is not the same thing. I had to learn that, ask that question before I left, and I went about the truth. So they the one told them that you're dead. They was a shot thrown at them. You a dead Caucasus. You a Caucasian. That's where Caucasian came from. They named them that. They named their mama that. And that's what the Caucasoid is, the Neanderthal. The one who they fought with them goats. Born with goat hulls, they bring the bottom into you. Born with horns, born with tails. But now genetically modifying everything to make themselves more human and upright. But they can't be human because they have no color. But we supposed to be came from Noah, the father of out of the northwest, the Noah that came from the boat called the Newark. The corrupted stories and transformations I'm showing you. No, Negroid is not a distinctive phenotype, but a outdated and discredited. They discrediting the phenotype. But they done taught us this all through the colleges and universities and middle schools and preschool. They done taught us this all our motherfucking life. Didn't I tell y'all when I first came, they gonna have to restack these books and change some shit up? Huh? Ain't that what I told y'all? What I just do? I just lost my folk. I'll be back in there though. Move that. I'm looking for part 2. Yeah, there, cat. There they go. Enoch. We'll get on Enoch. Oh, yeah. There's too many folks talk about the Enoch. I'm on this right here, right there. So we ain't distinctive no more. High cheekbones, all this shit, we ain't distinctive no more. Watch this right here. I fuck AI bitch ass up. Fuck you, AI. Watch this. It said reflect human biological, hold on, where was that? Racial category. It's an outdated and discredited racial category that does not accurately reflect human biological diversity. And see, this go back to that shit when we found the number, they saying the truth will always be able to be changed and not stand up the other day. This is what they can do when you let them put the steering wheel in your back with all that belief without knowledge. And knowledge is the power. You gotta know some shit. Modern science understands that human variation is continuous. The truth continues to change, not discrete. And concepts like Negroid are considered inaccurate and socially constructed rather than biological realities. What the fuck? Why is the terms misleading? Outdated classifications. Outdated. The term Negroid, Mongoloid, and Caucasoid, what a Persianoid at? What an Iranianoid at? That's what diverse is. The mutations. The Asian persuasions. That's the mutations. Those are the one that they're not distinctive. Diversity. That's the one that diverse. That's the first definition we looked up. That's what diverse means. These are distinctive characteristics. What I'm talking about in traits, nigga. What the fuck are they talking about? I told you about 2 months ago they were fucking with the phenotypes. I just never go back into it. But see, they done took my goddamn video, and every time they do that shit, just make me mad. Now look, why this? Why this shit? Negro, Mongoloid, Caucasoid were developed in the 18th and 19th centuries by who? By the same scientists and all that bullshit what you talking about. I get them the same scientists that hang around Antarctica and the North Pole. In the Arctic and Antarctic. In the East and the West. The North and the South Pole sits in the East and West, but they're going to hit you with the North and the South by making a goddamn Southern and Northern Hemisphere out of a ball. Play action. Misdirection. I played football too. Flea flicker. Come on, man. Outdated. Why this? Were 18th, 19th century and are based on flawed, superficial similarities rather than genetic evidence. That's not what you taught us. The indigenous population of Africa is incredibly genetically diverse. All them black ass with more variations found with sub-Saharan African than in the rest of the world combined. How your little fingerprint, how your little blonde eye, blue eye got over in Australia? And where does Australia really sit? Because y'all got it over for you. I got to figure that out. Oh, don't say that, because I'm tired of figuring shit out. Don't put that on yourself. Don't put that on yourself. Just know it's bullshit. Cause I'm tired of getting down. Cause I go down to the core shit and I got anxiety and I go to tripping when I can't. Don't put that on yourself. But I see them lands on that logo and it's a bull. Let it go. I can't let it go. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get their ass. Continuous human variations. Human genetic and phenotype variations is continuously meaning traits blend gradually. Now watch this. Fuck all that. Watch this. Watch this. Get that way more down. Watch this. Forensic. Now I say, well, how the fuck do they use the skull to identify? Now watch how this bitch has. Watch this. Forensic anthropologists determine a person's likely ancestral background and proxy for phenotype in a population context by analyzing the morphology, shape, and taking mathematical measurements of a skull. They gonna change this in years to come. They gonna change this. Watch. And taking mathematical measurements of a skull, comparing those traits like nasal aperture, width, and facial profile to known population data from around the world. While the method helps estimate a person's ancestral origin, it provides population level information, not an individual specific race, and a complemented by DNA analysis for greater accuracy. What? So what the fuck are you talking about this phenotype being? How the fuck you, what you do with the skull then? They gonna get rid of this too. See? You mean nigga done went and got degrees and all this shit off into this shit and now you saying that we ain't distinctive? I can't look at a nigga and see a nigga when I see a nigga, man. I can't look at a Caucasoid and tell a Caucasoid when I see a Caucasoid, man. A Mongolian when I see a Mongolian, man. Wow. Wow. Watch this. Yes, there are general skull features often associated with populations of African descent, such as the projecting jaws, a broad and flat nasal aperture, and rectangular shaped orbits compared to European and Asian skulls. European and Asian, that's why it's the Eurasia, the mutations, the Persians. That's where the J comes from. This the J for this the Judah. This the Jesus. This the J. J is the mutation. The diversity. The Asian persuasion. The dragon gave the beast the power. And this is the power to be able to claim whatever motherfucking race you want to claim. The Latino and the Arab girl is the same girl. Look at them. The French, oh, boom, we are Spain. Yeah, Spain, the Latino. Not the Mexican. The Mexican is the daddy. That's the Mongolian. The Latino and the Arab girl. Look at them. And the Native American Cherokees say they're beautiful and full of grace. Ain't that what they say, Charity? They're beautiful. Gotta understand that they're beautiful and full of grace. They got God's word. They got our divinity. They hiding our divinity. We got to buy it back from them. Give us some of that gold, and we'll let you in on the secret that God got for us to tell you. However, these are average characteristics and significant variations exist, meaning not all individuals of African descent will display all these features, and some individuals may resemble features of other populations. You know, they're real. I had some more shit. Oh, there you go. The 9th-degree masonry. The Elu, I went and got that. But it was something else I wanted to see because, let's just keep going. I had to go back and retake this screenshot because this is the Elu of the Nile. I told I gotta look at the Elu yesterday. The Elohim, the Edomites. Not the Elohim, the Edomites. But I think that's where that came from. Isis, Ra, Elohim, Israelite. Israel. Anyway. The Elu of the Nile. In other systems focusing on the themes of truth, justice, vigilance, and universal brotherhood. What universe mean? Catholic. Universe mean Catholic, don't it? The Catholic brotherhood symbolized by the degree of the white apron with black and blood. Sacrifice with blood, dog. I'm a Crips and Bloods and my G's and all this shit. Time out, my nigga. The Elu of the Nile. So you mean the Elamites was down off on that? I thought the Nile River was located in the Nile in the valley of Egypt in Africa and northern. They took that. Y'all ain't hear me, man. The degree teaches the importance of compassion, tolerance. I can't move that. I can't move it. Justice while serving humanity, upholding spiritual culture. Your spiritual. True conductors, their core values, they provide the ability to use their virtue to shape one's life and actions. Members learn to be zealous in the justice and reveal compassion. You see, these are the jurors, and everything. But I had to go get that Elu. Now let's go over here. There go see that Zorro Barrett, Zorro. You see David on that corner right there. What giants he fighting? Y'all niggas looking for niggas to be goddamn 80 foot tall and all that bullshit. Now they told you this shit allegorical and goddamn got an esoteric meaning. What giant are he going against? The indigenous people. He not his face on that corner right there. The Zorro, Zoris, all that. We'll get into all that shit. They got religion behind all that bullshit. But I'm just saying, I watch this. Geographic location. The Elamites were an ancient civilization located in Elam, a region in southwest part of the modern-day Iran. Their primary city is Susa. Ain't that the same area, goddamn, that Abe went from while they trying to disassociate themselves? Watch this, Cherry. Watch this. I ain't do watch this. We finna be throwing them. I'm gonna play that last video. And I'm gonna let y'all. I'm dismissing. I'm gonna let y'all go. My bad. I ain't trying to talk to y'all like that. No, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all letting me get out, man. It feel good to talk to somebody, but I wanna do this shit by myself though. The truth of path is a long one, and I took an oath to myself. I can't stop. A region in the southwestern part of modern-day Iran. Their primary city included Susa. Okay. Political history. The Elamite kingdom existed in the existed from the late 3rd millennium BCE and maintained political relations with neighboring Mesopotamian powers, including Samaria, where they come from, Axumite. The Axum, and then they start spelling Axum with an AK. Axum is spelled A-X-U-M. There's something else you look up, Charity. A-X-U-M. The Axum Empire. I brought that into play when I started discussing Nipsey Hussle and telling you his heritage, and letting niggas know that boy wasn't from no fucking L.A. He was an Eritrean. I was the first one that broke that. And they talked that shit into the funeral until he had nothing but that Eritrean flag out there. And they started learning about Negos's homeboy that they would. Can't tell you everything. Axum, A-X-U-M, Axum, became the Axumite Empire that was in control of, which is now modern-day Arabia, is how they took the oil fields. You see? And it becomes Axum. Then they put a AK, the AK a motherfucker, the AK-47 a motherfucker. Aramaica. This is Aramaica. I go hard. Akkadian, we just saw the empire they had now. Akkad, Babylon, Axum, Sumerian. So what do I go to get? Okay, we shut up. Maintain political relations with the neighboring Mesopotamian powers, including Sumeria, Sumeria, Akkadian Empire, academics, alchemy, the new science that they're going to drop through the Illuminati, academics, they're going to control the Babylon, they're going to make you babble, the Tower of Babel, they're going to make you, now they got some shit called Babel to help you speak now. They're going to make you babble and you can't understand each other, separate kids from their family like they doing at the borders of the walls and all that shit. Assyria, Elamite rulers were independent of Israelite kings. For example, Chedamar and the king of Elam were mentioned in the book of Genesis, which describe events central. We know all this shit is allegories. We know we're reading the fairy tale now. We started from the beginning. We seen the allegory now. We know it. Now check this out. For example, it said, well, mentioned in the book which describes events centuries before David's time. Before David's time. Before David's time. I ain't through, y'all. Hold up. Just give me a minute. Just pull up the phone real quick. Give me a minute. Let me show y'all something. Now, who they going against? Who we seen yesterday? They going against the indigenous people. Who are the indigenous people? The hue, the color, the hue, the humans. These are the thinkers. These writing come from the spectators, the speculators, the Illuminati head boss in the building. I'm in this bitch. Distinction from Elamite culture and history, and entirely distinctive from that of the ancient Israelite. Their language was a language isolated, unrelated to the Semitic language spoken by the Israelites. So these are the Semitic people. How the fuck we become Semitic? How the fuck? See? We seen earlier, man, we're going to play it back. We seen earlier where they showed us that Arab and Hebrew were the same, like I've been telling you. There's so much similarity. It's the same thing. Am I lying, Cherry? And that's the grandfather language of Hebrew and Arabic is Aramaic. That's why I named the South and the West Aramaica, so I can make those points like body blows, like that nigga King. Body blow. I'm gonna give a nigga credit when I take this shit now. Body blow, King Rob. Yeah. That's a body blow. That's why I named that motherfucker Aramaica, because of that language. I told y'all that. Now why did? Structures. Why did? Structures, ancient history of Batavia, Great Zagorate of Ur. What is Ur? Now this is what I was gonna tell y'all. Now when we start asking about, you see how they dig, I got off track earlier, Charity. When we start seeing the people digging up bones from all over the place, talking about African descendant, this all in the tombs and the mummies all over here in South America. You got all kind of mummification and plague. We say, well, where all these people from these allegorical stories? What Solomon Temple had? Why everything y'all got is imaginary and allegorical? Where all the bodies of these people called John and David and Goliath, and where all these bodies at? They say they got all of them buried in a place called Ur, and they made it against the law for a nigga to even expound upon the bodies of the buried. They went all over the world and collected all the bodies of all these allegorical people they talked about and buried them all in one spot in Mesopotamia. Do y'all believe that? They dug it. They went and found all the skeletal remains of all the so-called Jewish, Israelite, Hebrew people Arabic people, they dug up, they done found all their bones and buried them. They all buried in one spot in Mesopotamia. You can't find them nowhere over the world, can't find them nowhere, can't dig up none of their graves. They ain't got no tombs, no stone structures, no temples, no nothing of sort to substand what they trying to take place of the operative people of the craft of Amun-Ra, of God's son. And they say they got all of them buried in one spot in a place called Ur. And that's when we started going to the graveyard. So why your people burying themselves up under this obelisk? They come from the humans, the melanated people. Huh? Y'all gonna catch it? So where are your tombs? Where are your dead bodies? Where are your graves? Why ain't nobody dug in the ground and found none of the people with the phenotypes or what the diversity phenotype? If it's diverse, where they at? The people, the biblical people of these the Qurans and these biblical stories, where their bodies at? What ain't no where the phenotypes of these people at from these periods of time in these areas? Non-existent. See, in reality, in 3GD life. On the foundation, on flat earth, flat motherfucking power. Now watch this. Great Zagreus of Ur. Okay. Great Zagreus. Let me see. Now look at this. Look at this. This what they got. This what they got compared to all that shit we be looking at. This what they got right here. And guess what? This motherfucker been reconstructed. If I show you the original, you'll be like, this what they talking about? This what they got. There it is right there. Before they reconstructed right there. That's what they got. This what they got. This what they got, y'all. Become a cartoon of it. They make it look real better when they do show the cartoon. This what they got. This the temple. But this ain't where the real writing, this ain't where they was writing at. I told you, I know where the synagogue at, where they wrote all this shit at. But I'm going to chill out. I'm going to chill out. Now what I did? The connection is that the Elamites, particularly during the reign of, let's go back, this is the last time I show. Particularly during the reign of King, what is this, that Antush Neferisha, around 1250 BCE. That sounds so much like Nephthys, the fifth. That sounds so much like a said sister name, the protectors of the real covenant. Osiris the covenant. Osiris, the sun, yeah. The wings touching. But they wore ostrich feathers on their arm, not wings coming out their back like gargoyles and shit. Like people putting wings on people now and all that. Built the famous Chagha Zenabil Zagreus in their capital city of Durantash. This monument, 5-tier Zagreus, a prominent example of Elamite architecture. Oh, we find the foundation. This how they become the Masonic architects and all that shit right here. The architects, not the craft. Here come the architects. Here they go. Cause we had a craft going on, stone carving. Is this it right here? Is this it right here, y'all? The Elamite architecture served as a grand temple complex dedicated to the gods Ishushinek and Neferisha, reflecting the deep importance of religious and Elamite society. The Elamite ziggurat. Where it's located at? In Mesopotamia. Then I just show y'all what Chaldea at? Well, look at our lives. What y'all did? Where Moses come from? Egypt, okay? Yeah, Egypt. What Chaldea? Yes. Chaldea was a region within southern Mesopotamia. Ur. All them supposed to be all the old ancient bodies of the ancient allegorical people that they speak of, all them buried in one spot over here in Ur. You can't find none of them. Solomon, can't find it, but none of them. No names in the Bible. You can't find none of them. But they all inside these people's shit. All down in Olmec territory. All over the west and the south. We ain't got no true south. We ain't got no goddamn far south. We ain't got no goddamn true east, true south, true west, far west, and all that old shit. So this is the connection. Ain't they in cahoots? The Illuminati. They unified in the center. The yoni. Their unification come from right there in the center. And these the babies they made, these Persians. And these goddamn Mexicans, they don't want to cut grass now to go out there and cut goddamn Migo ass out all about my goddamn wonder with this bullshit. Weed eating ass motherfucker. Man. Builder and time period. The ziggurat at Chogha Zembil was constructed by Elamite king UNC FED during the Middle Elamite period, roughly between 1275 and 1240 BC. Location is situated in the ancient city of Durxas in the Caucasus. That K. Though I say I got my cake, I got my chopper, see. I got my chopper. See how y'all don't even get, I be fucking with them. That K is. That Khazarian. That Kazakhstan. That Canada. Canaan. Huh? There it is right there. Khuzestan province of southwestern Iran. Khuzestan, I told you when y'all see them stands, they talking about them mountains. Anytime you see them stands, they talking about a mountain. Huh? There it is, Kaka. There you go. Shoot, Kaka. Everything is alleged. Shoot, Kaka. Yo. Kaka. Yo. Aramaic, yeah. Every time we see them K, we'll be buzzing. KKK. Huh? Kazakhstan. What? What up? Oh, that's that time. What up, my nigga? I'm gonna run it with in architecture. See, they become the architects. But no architects, we had the craft going on. They stole the craft and became the architect. And I'm showing you what the architect see. It's the Illuminati. I went through all this shit. Because they got to get mad because I wasn't there. And John the Baptist, supposed to be the father of masonry. And John the Baptist, that shows with John and St. John, all of them the same person. Allegorically, I showed it. They told it. And they took my shit. So I told y'all I'm going to go through every motherfucking degree and show y'all this shit. Huh? Just chilling, Terrence. Just chilling, my nigga. Huh? So this what they constructed. Look. This what they constructed. This what we've been looking for. This to show the Elu. This the Elu. This the Elu that they protecting. But this ain't where they wrote all their goddamn books. And I'm trying to tell you, I got some more shit. See, but this how I look before they reconstructed it. See, this what they got to compare, to take your shit, to sit up and speculate. Non-operative stone carvers, because they don't know how to carve no stone. They don't know how to do nothing. They reconstruct this shit in Mesopotamia, a place called Ur. All the dead bodies of the people in the Bible, you can't find none of them because they got all them collected, and it's against the law to even much ask about them because all of them been goddamn holified and sanctified and all of them buried in one spot called Ur, and that's Mesopotamia. And you know what that is? It was modern day Iraq, but it ain't no Iraq no more. Terrence, when the last time you heard somebody say some shit about Iraq? Terrence, when the first and last time you heard somebody say something about Iraq? But this is what they got. This is what they got. And then here come the Iron Age and all the other shit. The shit that a tornado come and just blow that shit all the way down like a motherfucker. Your shit still standing. Hmm? Hmm? We found it. Here you go. This is what I've been asking about the whole time. Here you go. Let me go find that elu. There it is right there. I asked Kaka to go yesterday. Here it is right here. Typically, master masons of temple in the Scottish Rite are elu of the Nile. Where elu? How the Nile going through the elu? The Nile run through Mesopotamia? I gotta ask that question right now. Then I'm gonna go to the RV. I'm gonna ask that question right now. Hey, yeah, here I come, boy. Here I come, AI. Better get ready. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come, AI. Better get ready. Hit that motherfucker. Come on, here I come. Come on. You gonna answer the question. You gonna say, nah, I did. No. What? I caught him. I caught him. The Nile River does not run through Mesopotamia. The Nile is in Africa and vital to Egypt, while Mesopotamia, meaning land between the rivers, is defined as the Tigris and Euphrates River. That's the Persian shit. In the Middle East, while the Nile Valley is sometimes included as extension of the broader fertile. I know it's fertile. The Fertile Crescent region. Yeah, I know it's fertile. We've been feeding you niggas forever. Yeah, I know it. Extension of the broader Fertile Crescent region is a distinct from the Mesopotamia river system of the Tigris and Euphrates. So what elu of the Nile? What elu of the Nile? I don't play. Now let me go run this video, man, so I can give me a little breakdown. I gotta see what I'm gonna eat. Damn, AI, you just let me bust you up again, AI. Elon. Huh? With your Nikola Tesla bomb, your nuclear bomb, y'all that fake ass nuclear shit got it, and we got that older job. That job your dad. Oh, your dad over $1.1 trillion, and people ain't saying nothing yet. They going to work every day paying taxes on shit. They're gonna keep growing. They don't even understand that they enslaved in this shit. I showed Sam the daddy. He in the east. The far east is the North Pole, cause they stood it up and tricked you. UNC FED don't play. Flat motherfucking power. I looked up that Tommy True dude, man. I subscribed to his channels and shit, but I ain't listening then though. I heard what that was. I heard the fake 9/11 was because he has ancient. They fake 9/11 because goddamn Gaddafi told him he finna shut down his OPEC accounts, and they was located in them Twin Towers, and they couldn't stop him. The only way they can stop him was an act of terrorism or a natural disaster. So they put the terroristic insurance on that third building that fell. There didn't no airplane hit, but got paid twice because it was 2 strikes against the buildings that they didn't touch his building. But he was recorded saying, "Pull it." Demolition talk, pull it, and that building fell on its own without an airplane hitting. Airplanes hit those other buildings. They showed the illusion that there was some AI shit that day. And that's when Donald Trump became the 9/11 dictator, because he came out and explained to the world how those buildings could not have possibly came down from an airplane hitting either one because of the structure and the iron beams or how it was constructed. But his job was to take the blame off the Israelis that they fucked around and got caught on that bridge with the IDs and explosives in that van that had that motherfucking shit, had a picture of the Twin Towers being hit by airplanes on the day of. They caught them on the New Jersey bridge with explosives and Israeli IDs. And Donald Trump was the one that said, no, it was not Israelis, it was Palestinians. And that's when he became the 9/11 dictator, but it was before then. Why you think they let him come out of office and tell the White House up and then come back and re-elect him to be the 47, the 4 and 7? Just like, see how you got 4 likes, you got 7 likes and 4 people here. The 47th president, and it hit as soon as I said it. Yeah, the 11th, and he was the 45th president behind the nigga, the 4-4, the Antichrist, Obama. came back on the white horse, Miles Denver Stadium, inaugurated in Miles Denver Stadium to come back on the white horse as the Antichrist. So he's the 9/11 dictator. He's the 45th or 47th president of the so-called United States of America. And I ain't seen no first lady no more yet. Where she at? She eating her baby so alleged, everything alleged on this hoe. Now let me go play this video I did earlier on 3GD. Because I got to chill. I got to go to work at 2:15. I got to go to the plantation at 2:15 in the morning. Maybe go out and cut his ass out. Bitch. Where I go? FED, 3GD? Where I go? I got a product to go through. Because the product ain't ready yet. The product ain't ready. Let me see. No, shout out Distictive Phenotypes. There. The Mutations. Let's go. We're going to go listen to this motherfucker right now. I'm going to run this right now. My nigga Terry might want to leave this motherfucker. He wanted me to play it to watch how to do this, y'all. See how to stick there. I got to go over here, show you how to do all this shit. Got to go over here. Boom. Then I switch channels. Boom. So I switch over to off-fed 5, right? So do it like that. Let me see. I don't need no premium. I don't need none of this shit. I mean none of this shit. Y'all already sent me some emails. But I don't have certain features on 3GD no more. I ain't did a motherfucking thing, y'all. Fuck y'all. I don't get out. All right, Cherry, I don't do that. I got to go in and find the video, though. The one that me and Cherry was in. Now, me and Cherry was in the other. Let's go find this video. Now, part two. This is unfair. Oh, I got to do it like this. Got to hit uphill. And then hit like that. And then hit like that on the head. And then we'll get it right there. Just like that. Just like unfair said. Now, let's chill, y'all. We gonna get it. Now, let's get it. I said, boom. Now, let's get it. I said, boom. Don't lie, man. I told y'all about 2.5 months ago that they was changing what we know phenotypes to be. Because real niggas is on the ass. I gotta put over this bitch. Changing back and forth, going dark and shit. But I told y'all, it was something we went over yesterday. They was saying the truth will forever be changing. You get them control. The so-called scientists or whoever it is, you get them a right to change truth when they get ready. But Melanation 3GD said the truth don't need no help. That it don't bend. I gotta put something up there with this motherfucker won't be keep going dog or something. But we went over something yesterday. Well, in the Masonic order, the stolen craft, it states that the truth being breaking forward, that it ain't forever. It don't stand up. But Melanation 3GD, the truth don't need no help. It don't bend, break, nor fold. This is 3GD over here. Yeah. It's 3GD. And you get under these people the right to change the truth upon their will whenever they get ready. Whenever they get ready, they just change truth and change history. I'm going to reiterate again that when I first came into the Kanika Jenkins community, that Draco constellation was going to cause them to have to rewrite a lot of truths and disguise history again for another 7,000 years. And that's what they be doing. Nah. I told y'all about 2 months months ago. I said, man, I looked up the definition of phenotype. They trying to get rid of phenotypes and everything. I told y'all that. I like to remember what I say to y'all so I can come reiterate on it. But man, this one soul be so disturbed. I got a disturbed soul, man. See, the real truth will fuck you around. The real truth will fuck you around. Now, there are three distinctive. We know it's 4 phenotypes. But I always tell you, the mongoloid, the caucasoid, the negroid, but why they never, I used to ask the question, why they never put an oid on those Persians. See, that's the unification between the north and the east. This is where everything gonna get unified, where everything meet up at in the center. The unification, the yoni, they gonna take the melanated woman's womb and unify it on some other shit. I told y'all yesterday when I heard with old Jared, when I hear that, I can't say it right because I know a lot of academia came from the Akkadians. So they come from Persia. Alchemy, their new sciences, and they change when they get ready. I told y'all a story about when I was trying to explore Islam because I was tired of the Jesus stuff and the Christian stuff. I tried when I was in Job Corps. I ran into some guys, 5%ers, and they was exploring the secret, the blackness. When they started sending their message to the West about Islam. And a lot of brothers jumped on it. Like Malcolm X, all of them, they jumped on it because they knew the other shit. They know they ain't came out no motherfucking white woman womb, man. So now they trying to disguise this as this who we are. It's Islam stuff. That ain't our shit either. Until we can let go of all these people's religion, man, we would never unite and unify as they have done. They ununified, they undid everything we had going on, man. Operative in the craft, building cities, huge cities, stone structures that still exist to this day. And they just sat down and speculated and thought about. I showed y'all this. Why they never put an oid on that 4th phenotype? When I was in Jericho, these folks said, I was studying with these niggas. And they got to the point where they told me that my hair on my head should be like my eyebrows. And I said, huh? A nigga from the sun? A nigga? Huh? I said, I don't want nothing else to do with that. See, I don't take me. Once a motherfucker show me once a nigga show you who he is, please believe him. Once they said that, I studied, I listened. But my soul, I was out of there. I was out of there on that note. Then they started telling me we should have skin of olive. Farrakhan taught this shit. Skin of olive skin. Huh? Iranian Persian phenotype is highly diverse, always diverse. But we have distinctive phenotypes. I'm trying to show y'all. See, the first thing they got to do is put their foundation back up under. The foundation and the true life giver is the sun, man. The power is the sun. That's the Father in the sky. And the sun is the S-U-N, not no S-O-N. And they tell you should not worship or glorify any deities. The sun ain't no deity, man. The sun is the sun. The sun is the life giver. But they don't want you to even look at it. That's why I decided I'm going with my logo, man. I'm going with that logo with that sun around it, with that black disc in it. Yeah. I started putting that on my shit for a reason. I started putting that shit on my shit for a reason, so I'm glad I fucked my little mind up and then go forward because I'm gonna use that logo. That circle with that sun with the inside of it, put that melanated disc inside that sun. The fog in there. That's what I'm gonna go with. It's highly diverse, but commonly includes olive to light brown skin, dark brown or black hair that is often wavy or curly, and dark almond-shaped eyes, while prominently long and prominent nose is often mentioned. Physical traits vary significantly, reflecting Iran's location at a crossroad of civilization. They rewriting the books, y'all. And their mom and dad is north and the east. Now he just gave me a phenotype. And they just give me a phenotype. But now they saying, AI, you just gave me a phenotype. I'm gonna show you how I be tripping these hoes up. Stop cussing. Hoes, that's how I talk. That's who I am. And I told y'all I was gonna go figure out what the Elu was. The Elu. I don't want it got anything to do with the Elohim. Is Isis, Ra, Aru, Elohim, Elu. But I ain't went down that road yet. But I'm gonna show y'all the road I went down. See, I just go shit. I just going to now. Elu means elected, chosen. Oh shit, God's chosen. Where you get that from? Y'all know I got this shit from yesterday at that Masonic stuff. Out the stealers of the craft, out of the ones who hijacked and usurped the craft and turned the operatives and stuck them in a blue lodge. When Prince Howard said African laws, why you ain't go back to Africa and see what was going on in the South? Africa is the South. The northern part of the South was usurped by the beast and changed to Middle East. Why the East got so many? The East, Far East, Middle East. Why the North got so many? North, true North, magnetic North. Why the West and the South don't have that? Because they in cahoots against melanated people. And they didn't replace you, nigga. You ain't even on the chessboard no more. You forever stuck in a cotton field, boy. Yeah, right. This is why my soul be so disturbed. This is why I do what I do. Because I made I took an oath to myself to continue to do this right here. Now watch this. Now watch how I do this shit now. Boom. Write it down while I see. Elu can refer to an ancient form of a sin. Holla, I go to that later. Go to that, bring that shit back up here. Nah, that ain't what I had up here. Go back. Okay, boom, right here. Us in hollow language, the French word for elected or chosen. Right there, woman. The French word for selected or chosen. Woman. In Portuguese, pronoun a gender neutral singular. They can be, that mean male or female, male, female. His name is son or daughter, Elu, yeah, like that. It also appears in various Native American cultures, such as the Zuni and Cherokee, where it means fair and beautiful. I told y'all niggas, the Iranians, the motherfucker, the Persians beautiful to you. And I told you, you can look at a Latino and an Arab woman without the languages and all that shit, and they are the same phenotype. They might change their headdress. They're the same motherfucker. so-called Spaniards and Latino Americans. Latinos ain't no motherfucking Spanish folks. Mexicans speak Spanish. Colombo come from Spain. The 13th coming up, y'all, it's Colombo Day. It's time to study. But don't nobody pay attention. Appreciate you being here, Cherry, but I'm gonna do this shit by myself. Cause I've been figured out a truthful path is a lonely one. So I'm already used to being lonely. I done got myself used to that shit. Cause niggas don't want the truth, bro. So they made the Native American, the Cherokee, the Indians, the West Indies even call these motherfuckers beautiful and are full of grace. These are the ones coming with God's word, bro. They full of grace. You choosing these people over yourself right here. Respectively, additionally, Elu. I know Elu is an Hawaiian word. Who is Hawaiians? They're Mongolians, ain't it? I always think about that bullshit Eve said on Barbershop when she goddamn tried to give a race to Jesus and Q let that shit ride. You know, Cali Muhammad been discredited Ice Cube. He been trying to get Ice Cube to reach out. Ice Cube just talk that Muslim shit like he was dying for the cause and all that shit. Kelly reached out and said we ought to call that nigga Ice Water. That's what Kelly said about his ass. He said Jesus was Peloponnesian or some shit she said in that movie. And I said, what the fuck is she talking about? It's something about them New York motherfuckers. They think they goddamn know so with them York right ass niggas. Them niggas, them 5 cents. I used to listen to Wu-Tang. But the only one I got all the way down in there with was old Dirty Bastard. Cause he started going into his heritage. He told them all he was Chinnacock. I'm a Chinnacock, West Indian. From the West Indies. He knew. That's what they did, the ODB. That nigga went on Arsenio Hall when they told him, said, boy, if you let Farrakhan come on the show, we gonna end your shit. And the last show, y'all go look up the last show Arsenio Hall did. They canceled him because they let Farrakhan come on out and talk that blonde head, blue eyed devil. Where Farrakhan at now? On the mothership. With Ron L. Hubbard talking that bitch shit about some goddamn Scientology bullshit. He talked all that shit about what they better not do to Gaddafi and all that shit. And went and took this goddamn shit. I ain't seen him no more since. Everything they put out on him and all that shit now, all that shit old as fuck. All that shit old as fuck.
Hold on, son. Almost
like I said, the first thing we gotta do is take the foundation back. You ain't got nothing to stand on if you ain't got no foundation.
Man, we talking about those phenotypes, man. We talking about how they talking about the diverse phenotype of the Persian. They ain't no putting no word on them, but the 3 distinctive phenotypes with Negro, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid. Now they trying to rewrite it and say that those are not distinctive traits and shit like that now. You know what I'm talking about? They rewriting all this shit again. That's all we talking about. Just bust their ass up. Just go back and check the last 3 or 4 videos. I've been bouncing back from 5 and 3GD because they took my video when I showed with the origins of the Illuminati Masonic shit started with John the Baptist, and they got mad and took my John the Baptist video discussing it. So I just went on in depth and broke it all the way down and showed people, well, they took the craft became some architects and all this old shit, but the craft was stone carving and stone temples and stone pyramid builders and all that good shit, and they ain't had nothing to show for it. They were speculative. They took the craft and turned it from operative to speculative and put all the operative so-called enslaved the motherfucking craft and put all of them in a so-called blue lodge, and they can only go through the York right to have the blue lodge belong to them, and they should have been following Prince Hall, because Prince Hall said African lodge, and they should have went back to Africa and stayed on their own land, and then they would have known their connection to the West, and that the West The West, North America sits in the West and have been usurped by the North, and that's why they call it the belly of the beast. In the Middle East is not. The Middle East is really at the South, the northern half of Africa, because Africa sit in the South, and we got our playing field down packed, but they raised that shit up at the corners with Charity be at over there. Charity be over there in Canada on that corner, and Sky be in Canaan on that corner, and those are the corners of our earth, and they got their side of it lifted up like a checkerboard, and we want them to lay it down and show us what they got, and we just found what they had over there, and all of them united right there in Mesopotamia, and that's the shit they give you. But I have esoterically broken down, and I know where the synagogues at, where they wrote the Quran, and where they wrote this biblical stories and allegories at, yeah, that type of shit, 3GD shit on FED. You know what I'm on saying? How you doing? I said, bam, let's get it.
Foundation, they got you living sideways on a ball of water, thinking you got you ain't got a platform to stand on, because you won't even flatten this bitch out and see where everybody come from. Won't even flatten this whole out. Better go back and forth and argue about some shit these people done put in place. Anything these people done gave you, you ought to be easily.
And I got to go to the plantation tomorrow at 2:15, so I had to get all this shit off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Real fast. So we just got there and listened to some shit I did earlier, and then we gonna replay some more shit. But I'm gonna have to get out of this bitch and check some more things out. But yeah, I gotta go back to the plantation. Now they got me fucking with this global economy, which I have never done. I have been Illuminati for a long time within my soul, knowing that a nigga don't supposed to owe a nigga shit. But that's the greatest sin in the world, to owe or be in debt to a motherfucker. And I ain't trying to forget what trespasser, and I ain't trying to forget being nobody debt. But this shit built off debt, and the only way I'm gonna get some shit for my grandchildren is to participate in this motherfucking bullshit. So that now they got me clocking in. Now I'm going to a motherfucking plantation tomorrow at 2:15, and we up in this bitch. I said, boom, 3GD for life. That was going on. What up, D? I said, boom, bro.
Move that shit from your soul. If you remove it from your soul, it's gonna automatically come out your mind. You gotta deal with your soul right here, man. The truth gonna stir up your soul. Devil's gonna stir your chakras up. To walk in the truth, man.
Goddamn blackberries and pine.
Don't give a fuck about your cousin and whatever they say, saying fuck all that. Get your soul right. Righteousness. That's walking in righteousness, man, when you walking in truth, bro. Got the Cherokees calling them fair and beautiful. Additionally, Ilu is an Hawaiian word meaning active or nimble. Active. How they active when we sitting up and showing you that they the spectators, the speculators, the thinkers, the sit down, the inoperative. Inoperative mean inactive. And Canada word, you see how they spell Canada? Them C's, them K's intertwining. Watch them. K. I mean, kilo. Oh my girl, K. I say everything for a real. Aramaica. Yeah. I made that song with my shit. Because I named the West and the South Aramaica. So I can lead you back to your language. And I can lead you and show you that you're not Semitic. And you know we're on the chessboard. And I got my own shit, Melanation 3GD. I'm walking with that. Because when I was locked up, my ancestors were talking to me, man. And I was studying just like I told my folks I was going to do. And I come back and I don't see none of them. I don't see none of them, dog. But I did what I said I was going to do. I'm going to figure out why they disappeared that land. I'm going to go do this shit standing on my head. See, them bitches would have tried to lock me up, but I was already finna get locked up. Them bitches were police, man. Them bitches stopped trying to investigate Tanika and started investigating niggas and started trying to get niggas locked up, man. I'm watching all this bullshit. Bitch turned into real internet, but anyway. Canada, the word means brightness or seven. Seeketh him that maketh up the 7 stars of Orion. This just how I'm just brainstorming. This how I brainstorm. That come on here fresh. I just got to doing this shit. Just in the screenshot just to come show y'all that damn phenotype. Why they don't have a phenotype. And is it that we have distinctive phenotypes. And their shit is so diverse. The Persian Empire. That's who was done when Alexander the Great got there. Alexander the Great ain't fought no African melanated people to try to go up in Egypt. He was fighting against his own babies, like I told y'all. But I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. Ilu is a word with multiple meanings depending on the context, including being the name of Arzoni Native American original meaning, an ancient form of the Sinhala. I gotta go check that out language. And Sri Lanka, a Hebrew name meaning God is my God. And it expounds what it is. Exponential linear unit activation function of artificial intelligence. This nigga AI. That's why that land was called AI. That nigga that he saw again a lot, Mr. Nigga Lot went to the land called AI. And I'm fighting with AI on this motherfucking computer right now. I'm busting AI ass up. I'm finna bust him up today. Just fuck with me, Charity. You ain't gotta stand over, but I'm just saying. You hold that cone over there, cause you the cornerback. I don't play. I'm putting esoteric meanings to my shit. That's why I got you holding that cone over there. That's why I got you holding that. You seen where you seen your name? Where you seen where you hold it down? That Canada. Where that? You just see how they spell over the K. There it is. And Canada, the word. Your brightness herself. It's supposed to be a K right there, Charity. So you hold that K over there. Cause them KKKs came and did a whole lot of shit. Them K's and them V's. We gonna watch them. We gonna hold them corners where they came across at. They ain't come down at the sky. Canada don't sit on the top of our motherfucking head. They came across the Niagaras. The falls, where water do, waterfall, not ball. So hold that corner. And we gonna make them lay it down. They gonna have to come up out that sky, cause they ain't where they came from. They came over there. Hold that corner, Charity.
But you did. Cause they fucked up and told you gonna return to the heavens from which you came. Yeah, that's what I don't like. That's why all they stars out there on the ground. But grandma and great grandma and them ancestors, they energy would run the universe. It's melanated. That's what they hate. Yeah, because you going back to the heavens. Yeah, you gonna return back to the heavens. So it is.
Guys got going over there, the corner over there in Canaan. Cause them the corners. Yeah, them all corners around this bitch. And you'll corner back. Believe that. Yeah. Now watch this. It can also refer to the French noun meaning an elected person. Ilu are the term in Canada for bone or splendor. Bone. You mean bone? So what's your bone structure, nigga? Native American Zuni means feral. Okay, boom, we just went over there. Boom, let's go on. Let's keep going. It said right there, Freemasonry. Let's go see. Cause that's where I got it from. Okay. The French word Ilu means elected, and the degrees who objective. Go bring that back up there. Degree detail, detection, and punishment of the actors in the crime traditionally related among the craft. What craft? What craft they took? I explained this shit to y'all yesterday. Are called Ilus, are the degrees of the elected, because they refer to those of the craft who were chosen or elected to make the discovery. Ain't this some shit? It's already some shit, ain't? It's already some shit, ain't? So, let's see.
pound of bummer.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'll be trying my best to do my thing. I do what I've been doing. This kind of shit I brought to the community. That's why I went on all the bullshit. And it gonna sit in your soul. I ain't gonna have to convince you. This is what I do. These elected people. I'm gonna show you the Semites are it's Leviticus. I'm gonna show you. These motherfuckers.
Hey, Tank. Motherfucking AI told me that I was an oversimplifier. I said, thank you. The motherfucker said I oversimplified the term. That's what I'm supposed to do, break it down in this. Ain't that who I am, Tank, to break it down in this? Yeah, break it down so my people can understand. I'm going to break this shit down. I'm going to break it into a bustle opera. Now I'm the oversimplifier. That AI called me an oversimplifier with a bitch ass. Fuck you, Elon Musk.
Men coming in and making you pay, getting your goal. Because they know a God. You gonna see. Let's keep fucking with you. Gonna see. The French word ilu means what it is. I just went over there what that is. Bring it back up there. Bring that back up there. Go back out of there. Bring it back up there. Bring it back up there. Why I keep doing this shit to me? That's where I was at. Okay, let's go down here. The contemporary times, Ilu continues to be chosen as the name of both boys and girls, carrying the legacy and the ancestral origins it used and name an individual reflect a desire to honor and preserve the rich cultural heritage of the Zuni community. Okay. The Elamites. Here we go. Because I said, okay, we in Elu to know. Now let me go ask the question. Elamites were ancient people. Watch this. Of the Iranian plateau. The ones who have diverse phenotype. They got a diverse phenotype. The eighth.
How the fuck did Elu come from the Nile? We just bust their ass up. The Elu of the Nile. The Elu of the Nile. The Nile run through Iranian? Hell nah, man. Come on.
This is what we call the Asian persuasion. See, it's the Asian persuasion. We were persuaded by this where the J gonna come from. This where the Judah, the Jesus, the J, the Japheth. Ain't no J. Everybody know that? So what it is, I'm showing y'all where the J came into the play at with these folks. They Japheth. Y'all think I be playing, but I don't. Whose civilization flourished. They came on your soil, planted themselves, made plantations, and now you go to work at the plant where I go every day. Who flourished from around the 4th millennium BCE, with the center at Susa to develop a unique and complex Elamite language, and the history includes periods of independence and interaction with other ancient Near Eastern powers. Who the East is, I told you, the Dragon Cake. Eastern powers, such as the Sumerians, Akkadians, Canadians, okay, and Assyrians. The Elamite civilization ended with the region's conquest by the what it is, how you there it is, Achaemenid Empire under Cyrus the Great around 539. You see who they are? You see who they are? Early period Edomite culture began developing during the Mesopotamian period 5,004 to 4100 BCE. You know the kind of time count backwards. Why are they doing that? With the city of Susa founded around 4200 BC. Proto Edomite period roughly 3200 to okay. Old Edomite period, okay. But you see where they got Mesopotamia. Huh? Who who they unifying with right now. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. What? Let's keep going. The Edomite religion was a polytheistic system with the vast pantheon of hundreds of deities. Hundreds. I thought they said one God. I thought they made us say one God. Hundreds of deities. Led by the supreme God. Now, where they get this from? Operation. It was a state religion focused on the supreme ruler, likely a king who acted as representative of the gods, and was responsible for. I thought we were so evil because I thought that the niggas were so evil because of the same thing. Pay attention. And was responsible for the prosperity of the kingdom. The Edomites were integrated Mesopotamia deities into the religious practice. I know, because they in cahoots. This unification practice and believes in the afterlife with rituals often centered on achieving immortality of the soul.
The capital J is Japan. If there ain't no J, where the fuck the Jap come from? The capital J. $1.1 trillion what you owe these hoes. Big Daddy. Big J. God damn, I named my son Joshua. God damn, that Big J round it out. Huh? Japan. The blood son. Man, we done found the motherfucking J round it out. The daddy to the J is the motherfucking Big J. Japan. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Papa high in the east and disguising himself as the north. Cause you niggas letting these niggas stand the platform up and turn it into a sphere of water. Instead of laying that bitch back down, looking at that logo and saying, what the fuck they doing with all the rest of them lands and nations and all? Why all them ain't continents? You showing all the continents? Why that? What the fuck is all that out there? Out there in that far east. Huh? And why the axis running through that motherfucker from over that direction? That's supposed to be the North Pole. And it's supposed to be headed to the south. The south is Africa. Why is it headed over here to the west, to Antarctica? So the two iciest regions is really sitting behind the east and the west, but you call it the north and the south pole, huh? Man, I'm fed you a motherfucker, man. These folks I'm fed you a motherfucker. I wish I got a goddamn give me some illustrations and cartoon where I can lay it down flat and show y'all. It's just like a pie. If it's 4 phenotypes, why they feed 3 motherfuckers and you ain't in the chessboard? Cause you don't get no 33rd. Everybody goddamn get a 33rd degree and become part of this motherfucking goddamn unification and sup a nigga. The Persians took your shit, took Egypt. 33.3. These niggas goddamn go to 33 degrees to keep a nigga from knowing who he is, and the only knowledge you gonna get is just that goddamn 1, 2, 3. That blue lodge, sit your ass right there and enslave on these plantations forever while we trick the fuck out you with these religions that we wrote way out there far in the east and sent this shit back in on them. And they been the leaders of technology ever since a nigga fell for the okadoke. He get 33, he get 33, he get 33. That's 99.9. Now what you get? 0.1? 0.01%. That's what yours is. Now get back on your knees and get head to head so we can play chess upon your back. Because you ain't on the chessboard no more. Because you won't make them lay the board down flat so you can see. You see the corners? You see Charity right there? You see goddamn Sky right there? Now make them lay that bitch down, y'all. Yeah, maybe make goddamn Charity them cut up in this bitch. Yeah, I got some real souls. Yeah, we esoteric that fucking y'all back up. Fuck wrong with you. These dumbass motherfuckers. This whole gang out think on say this 3GD for life right here.
They don't have. Your melanated soul will be here forever. You run the universe. You run the earth too, but you don't let them take it. How they gonna have immortality? Where they mummies at? Where they tombs with the mummies and mummification and studying and respecting the sun as being the god of the sky? The Edomites pantheon included hundreds of gods and goddesses, with each deity often having a connection to a specific city or region. Oh, they taking over regions. They putting certain gods and deities in certain regions to overtake the people. They taking regions. They taking land. But who are they? Because they're diverse. Who are these people? I told y'all who they is. The babies of the goddamn north and the east. Y'all think I just be playing, man? The supreme god of the Edomite.
Man, it was something else I wanted to show y'all too. Because they got some new shit about these motherfuckers that I need to show y'all right now before y'all get away. Hold up, Tam. I want to show y'all something about how they saying they bloodline run now. Y'all want me to show you? They saying that they are way ancient than everybody else. That the Persian bloodline run way before the North and the East made these babies. Now they older than their mom and daddy. I was gonna hold this shit, but I want to show you. Let me see if I go find this shit. I want to see if I can find this shit. Hold up. Why did? I wish I used to go through my history. Why did? They DNA. Emergence in genetic research revealed. Yeah, here we go now. Hey, hold up. Somebody put an 8 in that motherfucker. T put an 8 in that motherfucker for me. Because I don't want to be talking. Because I'm doing this. I want somebody to see. UNC, put an 8 in that motherfucker. You know how you put them 8s in there. I'm going to show you now. They rewriting it now. They going to be the ancient ones. These J's a motherfucker now. Ain't nobody going to put no 8 in that bitch. That's crazy. Got something for you right here now. Just read yourself now. I just put it up though. Man, this shit crazy. You ain't got to put no 8 no fuck that shit. I'm going to do it. You know I'm doing it anyway. I don't give a fuck. Why I did. Emerging genetic research reveals that the ancestry of modern Iranian population often, y'all see this shit? Often associated with the ancient Persians is sufficiently more ancient and complex than the historical emergence of the Persian ethnic identity. This concept is based on several key findings. Do y'all understand what I'm showing y'all, man? 10,000-year-old ancestry DNA analysts of human remains, including a 10,000-year-old woman from the Zagros Mountains, shows genetic continuity with the average modern Iranian. This means that the genetic blueprint of the regions inhabited predates the arrival of the Indo-European speaking people who later became known as they speak European. Indo mean language. Indo-European. Do y'all understand what I'm showing y'all? Of the arrival of the Indo-European speaking people who later became known as Persians by several millennia. These bitches trying to say they been here before they mama and daddy, nigga, they made y'all, nigga. A European is a motherfucking Persian.
The Arab is a Persian. Look at them. They mutations of the motherfucking Neanderthal and the Mongol. Look at them. See, I've been doing this shit so long, man. I be looking at people. I say, oh, he's German. Oh, he's French. Oh, that's a Swedish mode. I can tell them. I've been studying this shit so long. Now they trying to tell me phenotypes don't. For what this shit say? For by several millennia. They trying to say they came somewhere else beside these your mom and dad, and now you older than your mom and dad. You came from out of you. Where you come from, bitch? Neolithic farmer. Many modern Iranians carry a substantial genetic legacy from Neolithic Zagros farmers who were present on the Iranian plateau long before Persian ethnic identity existed. They still ain't got no phenotype. Y'all say they diverse. Well, who make y'all say they diverse? They ain't got a phenotype. We got distinctive phenotype, but now y'all saying all phenotypes don't exist, and now you gonna make this motherfucker have an existence before all the distinctive motherfuckers that was already in this bitch? Kaka, where the fuck is you at? Y'all see this? These ancestors survived waves of conquest and cultural shifts, contributing a foundational layer to the region's genetic makeup. Persian's identity is younger than its genetic roots. Linguistics versus genetic identity. The Persian identity and language emerged with the migration of Indo-Iranian people onto the Iranian plateau around around 1000 BCE. However, recent studies showed that while these groups brought the Persian language, they did not genetically replace the existing local population. Instead, the newly arrived language was largely adopted by the early inhabitants who retained a strong genetic connection to their indigenous ancestors. Who? What they say it is? They said they come from the Zagros. Huh? The Iranian genome is now understood as a complex mosaic. There you go. Don't they study from the Mosaic text? Mosaic text, the mosaic reflection millennia of cultural exchange, migration, and integration far from a single lineage. The genetic profile is enriched by influences from ancient Edomites, Stipians, nomads, and later Turkic and Mongolian influence. Bitch, that's what I said. What? The Central Iranian Cluster, a 2019 study in post-genetics analysis of genomes of over 1,000 Iranians from 11 different groups, including Farsi-speaking Persians, Kurds, and Azaris. Oh, they got Khazaris over there? Okay. The finding shows that these groups from Central Iranian cluster with remarkably similar genetic profiles, suggesting a deeper ancient genetic continuity in the region. Language. Y'all see what I'm trying to tell y'all, man? These folks in the state goddamn come from somewhere they ain't they. I'm telling you who they is though. I'm showing you. See how they rewriting this history? That aiding persuading the motherfucker. That's why they goddamn Ashkenaz and busting y'all ass up. Y'all doing too much. Y'all fighting to be the power structure of the world. Y'all the same damn people. That's crazy. Huh? The Iranian genome is now understood as a complex mosaic reflecting millennial culture. Hold up. Go on down some more. I want to see some more of this shit. Hold up. Look, I had some video. Oh, them the videos I was watching earlier. I had watched 2 of them videos earlier. But now y'all can tell. How y'all can tell by the phenotype of the what y'all tracing? Hey man, Mongo is your daddy. Answer the goddamn question. Iranian Jews or Persian Jews, pilgrim and community consist of the oldest communities of Jewish diaspora dating back to the. You see this shit? These the folks who wrote this are Jews and Persians related. What the fuck is this? Iranian Jews, also Persian Jews, Persian and Kilomit constitute one of the oldest communities of the Jewish diaspora dating back to the biblical era. Why? They are originated from the Jew while relocated to Iran, historically known as Persia, during the time of the Achaemenid Empire. I'm finna go, y'all, because y'all don't stay with me long enough, man. I don't understand this shit, man. This shit here is crazy, bro. I'm showing y'all the J, the Jew, the Japan, though. Japan, the dad of this shit. Man, these folks is wicked as fuck, bro. These folks run the Jew, these folks run the J. I'm telling you, anything to do with the J, this dumb. This Japheth right here. This Japheth. And Sham is the motherfucking Mongolian. I'm telling y'all what's going on. And Noah birthed all of us. The nigga, the Persian. They let Noah come over here and handle the Negro over here that he usurped and enslaved North America, the northern half of the West. See? But y'all think it's a game, man. I don't be playing. I'm laughing, but I don't be playing, man. I be dead serious, man. Got my grandchildren talking to me crazy. My poor Ben trying to get my grandchildren out of public school. Got to goddamn get some homeschooling going on. But all my people fucked up. There you go. The supreme God of the Edomite, considered the Lord of the earth and people. Purishal. It sounds a whole lot like Isis' sister, a set sister, Nefet. That's what it sounds like to me. Became the divine source of royal power and whose status possibly influenced later Persian religion belief. Humban, a prominent deity who later became a divine source of royal power and whose status possibly influenced later the Persian belief. Let's go. Okay, boom. Okay. Now then, Abram come from Chaldea. Edomites. What you call Hebrew, right? He their mama and their motherfucking East is their daddy. What I tell you now? Yes, Chaldea was a region within southern. Man, listen, I got to go back to 3GD right quick before I go to sleep, right? Because I got to baby. So the Elu of the Nile. All the Edomites was in the Nile, dog. And now they more ancient than everybody. Even the people who created them. What that shit said? Where did that shit say it come from? Man, I gotta go look. What that shit said? Damn, what mountain that shit said it all came from? Man, I gotta go sign that shit right quick again. Man, what the fuck? Hold up. I'm getting excited now, man. What the fuck did them bitches just say they came from somewhere? Come on, man. I want to see what you said they came from somewhere. What mountain they came from? Answer the probably Africa, Swahili coast, and a significant person answered the genetic evidence of missing occurred in the year 10,000, primarily around the Persian plateau, the Homo sapien into Eurasia, using the lattice. Yeah, I gotta go. They said they was come out of some kind of. Where they said they came from? Damn, I gotta put it back in like I just had it, man. The high growth or some shit. Man, I want to look that shit up. It's going to be on this video. It's going to be on this video. Oh, I can go back over here and see it. I can go back over here and see it. Hold up. Hold up. I can go back over here and see it. Hold up. Run this shit back a little bit. Oh, man, I can't. Man, this shit crazy. Hey, they said they came out of something. It was something. They came from out of some mountains or some shit. Man, gone. That a Neanderthal interaction defining it. Ooh, this was good shit. Hold up. The had human migration, early human expansion in 2025 studied the putters of the natural and the Persian plateau, the critical hub of the early migration of the Homo sapiens in Africa and into Eurasia. Carrying the ancestral component of the man. I gotta go. Japheth's winning. Japheth's babies is winning. The J don't play. The truth don't need no help, man. It ain't gonna bend, break down fold, man. And I'm out, man. I love y'all, man. Metal Nation 3TD for life, man. I'm the truth for life, bro. Well hated. I need no fuse.